Okay. So you are defining your identity right now. And you're being encouraged to be like really creative about how you can be as a person. This deck reminds me of Rick Sanchez. I'm also hearing Jack in the Box, Jack of all trades. It could be a suit, Assassin's Creed, Soul Eater. You could be on the brink of opening up a new timeline or crossing the threshold into a new portal. I'm also getting this energy of Scott Pilgrim versus the World with the reaching my threshold. I hear voices. The feminine abyss on and that's like a half live action, and they also have like some animated portions going on there. This is a fantasy oracle deck. Feels like people who are aligning with this message have already or will be living larger than life human experiences. Like, I'm a master life number, path 11. You could be a master number. Even if you're not, you're just like on X Games mode. Your life could have a higher difficulty setting. I'm picking up big video game energy, Aquarius energy. I think part of what makes your life so grandiose is your intellectual ability to perceive what's at play, which is more that like Rick Sanchez energy. Like, because he knows how to make things happen, he can make things happen. So you're looking like somebody who can make things happen in this energy. You might find that your life resembles what you enjoyed as a child. Like, I had like a cool Indiana Jones moment the other day, and I watched that movie a lot as a kid. There could also be like, you know, just this energy, life imitates art right now. So if you want to find inspiration, maybe find that through like cinema, video games that you enjoy, characters that you enjoy, tropes that you enjoy. I used to also read a lot of choose your own adventure books. At one point I lived in a place that had a really cool library, and they had like a bunch of the editions, and I would just check out book after book. And I got that actually, my mom liked those too. So there could be some energy of inheritance of status or mindset. Like, me and my mom are both Tauruses. She passed down to me a piece of family jewelry that had both of our birthstone on it, emeralds. Emerald Eyes. I think that's by Fleetwood Mac. Some of you guys have like mysterious personalities. I wanted to ask the cards like, what parts of your personality right now like should you highlight or advance in order to see some growth? Because it feels like right now you're at a point where it matters, like where you have a junction or like maybe even a choice to make about who you're going to be in the world, and you maybe need like some kind of validation to know that you're on the right path and deciding to be a certain kind of way. Because this is a shadowier channel. This represents like my shadow work basically. So that's kind of where I'm at in life right now, where I'm like, hey, I'm starting to feel the necessity to darken a bit. Is it cool with God that I be this way? And God's kind of telling me like, hey, like you kind of have a certain birthright, and so you were kind of always gonna be a kind of way. So understand yourself and moderate yourself how you see fit. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Okay, so which aspects of the collective's personality should they be enhancing right now in order to align with their highest timelines and greater manifestations? My dog just moved in the room, if you heard that. Dominion. I'm still hearing Threshold playing in the back of my head. Some of you guys could be neurodivergent and maybe have felt limited by that at some point. But you might want to bring more of that eccentricity out. Show people like what's beneath the surface. Especially if you are typically like an elusive or unknowable person. Like maybe this is the energy of you having your social media on private. We have the forgotten, missed opportunities and fear of failure. It's in the reverse. And the brawler, lack of empathy, confrontation. So I feel like if you have a fear of being known, it's because you anticipate rejection for what's true. And I mean, depending on who you are, there's a different level of validity in that. So just take it how it resonates here. But I think that this is kind of like the starting point, but also a point of limitation, is an occasional unwillingness to be seen for how you actually are. Your masculine aspect could be wounded. Maybe because you feel really strong, maybe because you feel really weak. Like your response to your masculinity is something that's relevant to this energy, and however you are deciding or are not deciding to make yourself moving forward. Because this whole energy acknowledges that every person has a right to choose how they are and is responsible for like being aware of themselves in any position. So like as a competent person, I think you acknowledge yourself as having aspects of self that other people would be uncomfortable with, or is aggressive or confrontational, or even like aggressive from a point of insecurity, and there's like a reluctance for that to be known. I think maybe even like a feeling of weakness could be overcompensated with in strength. So if whether that's like you are an arrogant type of person, or you put a lot of effort into becoming strong either physically or financially, people can maybe see where that point of insecurity exists in you. Like the forgotten and the brawler both give me the impression of you being someone who's come from something kind of difficult and has like learned how to become independent out of necessity, maybe like really early. Like self-regulating, knowing how to lick your own wounds. So it maybe even implies a lack of nurturance in early childhood. Or over nurturance. Some of you could also be a little bit enabled as possible. Especially if you resonate with like that thing that makes you difficult, also making you extreme. We have the patron in reverse, mentorship and finances. The walker in reverse, the unknown journey, the guide, inheritance and correction. The hunter in reverse, sure-footedness and predestination. And the pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. I think like it's agreed that you're strong. I think that you put a lot of emphasis on that aspect of your personality, and you probably lead with a lot of strength, because I think that you demand a certain level of respect from those that are around you because of your understanding already moving into these experiences with people of your differentness or your like goldenness. So I think from your perspective, you want to build yourself into someone where anyone with eyes to see knows who you are, or how important you are, or how effective you could be, or already are, and maybe even how well you carry all of your responsibility. Because I do feel like you're someone who gives yourself responsibility so that you can be seen well carrying it. Which makes me feel like you're a prideful person. Most of these cards are light. And there are like some like other colored cards in here. I kind of feel like there could be an energy of like a presentation of a self. Whether it's like the presentation of strength or whatever. Or if it's just like you have a performance or like an alter ego. Because difficult decisions, lack of direction, I think you're someone who prefers to remain like autonomous even in association to others. I think that you're like someone who's reliable but not necessarily predictable. Like if you say you're gonna do it, you follow up with it, but that doesn't mean that you can be like easily tracked with the hunter in reverse. Or with the walker in reverse, you're gonna accomplish the thing in the timing that others may anticipate, or that your process may be different. Like you may take an alternative route to success in life through like the presentation of yourself in your individuality. And that's not something that other people can really invest in from their perspective as being one of these other people. Like part of the reason why they won't be able to necessarily like assist you in that process is because they're not like they're not a part of that. They don't know anything about that. So you will have like a individual identity moving forward. Only to be known by like birds of the other feather or the same feather. Or yeah, like the same and the other, because it's like those who you are allied with and those who you are allied or like against, allied against. Like the hunter and the prey. So I definitely feel like you have like a purpose here. Like yeah, the catalyst, like something maybe has happened and now you have been set into purpose, or like have a mission that you are like obligated to. It could have been like a life path redirection that has given you unlikely mentorship. And you are the result of that circumstance. It's not like something you need to like super resist. Unless you want to. But just know like, you know, if you're like, man, how'd I get here? You know, it's part of you being the special. Lego movie. Like the dude didn't want to be the special, he just happened to be the special. My dog is licking himself. Everything is awesome. Everything is going for everything. Your work could have something to do with this. Like Assassin's Creed or something. Productivity and creation. Just adds a decorative element. I think however you express yourself shows who you are. Even if it's like symbolic or metaphorical. The truth of you shines through to those who are meant to understand you. And that's maybe not everybody. Like, you could be the kind of art that is a little bit eclectic. But your guides are coming in to let you know that the fates will align you. Like, this is definitely giving like Hercules kind of vibes. The champion and the fate. Like, this is who you are is the result of mass orchestration. And threads are always being pulled to keep you on track. So you don't really probably have a lot to lose in making the choices that you feel called to make. Even when those choices are things that make you feel like unique or different. I think on some level you already know that you like that differentness about yourself. Some part of you is inclined towards it, so ultimately it's your choice whether or not you indulge. But there are other people like you who are ready to like receive you in the energy that you either already are in or want to aspire towards. So take advantage of opportunities to like be the you imagine. This is a fantasy oracle deck. There's a higher self, like, and that's what we're talking about. Like, the advice that I was asking for was like the character advancements that will make you into who you want to be. The sentinel, like, it's a position. So you need to know what position you want to play, and then you need to adapt to the circumstances required of that position. Even before you actually get the position, you need to already be recognized as living under those circumstances. So that may require some radical changes from you. Yeah, look, we have the heir. Like, this is Paul Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. Yeah, dude, the heir, the shepherd, and the smith. Holy shit. Unseen potential, hesitation, celebration, family, overthinking, taking action. You're being forged into the special. If you're not already feeling like you're the special, you're going to understand why you're the special after you start taking those special actions and being successful and celebrated for being special. But you have to be willing to invest in the understanding of your differentness. Because for as long as you're trying to pretend, if you are trying to pretend that you're normal, you will feel like you don't fit. And you probably don't fit, and that's like not a wrong feeling, but instead of feeling like you don't fit, you can start to feel like you're the best. And that feels like the character expansion that best suits you, because it takes this catalyst energy out of the reverse and puts it upright. Because when you instead of feeling insecure, you can also just choose to be like almost narcissistic. And from a psychological perspective, there is a like actual level of healthy narcissism that a person can embody and should embody. Self-importance is a part of a healthy mindset. So if you can't feel self-important, then you need to identify the things that are blocking you from that feeling of supremacy so you can start living in it. Like, for me, I had a lot of like physical insecurities, and I worked on those things so that I don't have to feel insecure about them anymore. And that was a radical change, because I had at one point been stagnant in regards to my potential. I hesitated. So this is about forging yourself, like choosing to take the actions that make you who you want to be, even when those are difficult and strange. Like, I remember the first time I did an open mic. It was scary as hell. But I got an applause at the end, and it like I don't want to say completely resolved my anxiety, but like I did it again after that. So like, you know, one small step for man. But like the importance of taking that first leap is great because you can't receive the benefits until you take the action, understanding your natural championship here with this card. You already are Arthur. You just haven't pulled out the sword yet. But you won't ever pull out the sword until you pull out the sword. Like you go up there and have to try. But then you do it. And it works. And then you inherit some kind of leadership potential, authority in the world. Sentinels over here in the reverse. And the divine, it's already probably in motion, man. It's already in motion. Like fate-wise, you're already moving in the direction of becoming like something kind of amazing. So, and you have to believe in that right now, even as the seed, in order to even make sure you're still in alignment, because in order to be amazing, you have to know you're amazing. The only way to do amazing things is to know that you're amazing. And it doesn't even really matter how unique your picture of amazingness is. Because even if it is unique, I think you're meant to be bringing that uniqueness to the forefront and demonstrating the value of it. So don't wait or expect to see yourself and others in your industry, because I think you're naturally differentiated and there's value in that. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the place, searching far and wide. Each one came up to understand the power that's inside. Can I get away? I told you, I spent Sorry guys, I could not stop. I couldn't, it would be blasphemous. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I'm gonna close it here. Thank you so much and bye.